And we are back with yet another episode of the most quotable films of all time. And man, you guys voted almost unanimously on this one for the Untouchables, starting with the letter U.
Yes,
And
finally.
great movie. One that I hadn't seen in a while. And yeah, it still holds up, and a lot of great quotes for sure.
Yeah. And it was Sean Connery that actually held this movie together
Oh, yeah.
because otherwise it could have been like a long, boring movie. But
Yes.
so
Yeah.
most of the good lines belong to Connery.
Yes, definitely Connery and De Niro, steals the show a little bit but he's barely in the movie, really.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
but yeah, of course almost playing like a caricature of other roles he's played, but
Yeah, I
playing the
mean
real life guy.
he just had one really great scene, and that
Hmm.
was with the baseball bat.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get into it because that might be on one of our lists, but I'll start with my number five on this one.
Okay.
So this is a scene where they're in the offices, and this guy Alderman says, "You fellows are untouchable. Is that the thing? No one can get to you? Hey, everyone can be gotten to." And then Elliot Ness says, "You tell Capone that I'll see him in hell." So I wanted to get at least something with Costner in there, even though
Yeah,
he's not really
I
the
know. I was trying to fit him into. I have
yeah.
one that was honorable mention. It was like almost the last line of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, I didn't do costume, but I did do uh, a De Niro,
Okay.
and it's not the one with the baseball bat because that's more like a visual scene
Right.
rather than a thing. Even though he was talking the whole time, rambling about baseball.
Yeah, yeah.
The reporter goes,
And what of your reputation that you control your business through violence? That those that don't purchase your products are dealt with violently?
It's all right. I grew up in a tough neighborhood. And we used to say you can get further with a kind word and a gun than you can with just a kind word.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that was an honorable mention for me, but yeah, definitely good stuff. Um, all right, so my number four is Connery, and I think it's towards the beginning or one of the first meetings he has with Elliot Ness, and he says,
Well, then, you just fulfilled the first rule of law enforcement. Make sure when your shift is over, you go home alive. Here endeth the lesson.
that's my number three.
"Ah, okay." I figured we'd have some in common on this
Right.
one. Very good.
So
So,
number four is, and this is Malone also. He explains how to keep information from leaking. And he says, you want to keep a secret? Don't tell the boss. I can't do Connery like you.
it's really just like slurring your S's, basically. Um, no one talked like that guy.
I know.
So great. Um, cool. Okay. Yeah, that was a good one. I liked it. I thought about that one as well, but I didn't pick it. So my number three is my De Niro line, and it's when he gets really pissed off and he goes,
I want you to get this fuck where he breathes. I want you to find this Nancy boy, Elliot Ness. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to piss on his ashes.
I love it.
And he never got a chance to do it.
Man, those bookkeepers, man, they'll get you every time. So
So
you
you know
didn't
what?
have that one?
Huh?
You didn't have that
No, I
one?
didn't do that one.
Oh man, okay.
I know. So you know what my number three is. So what's your two?
Oh right. Oh, my number two. I almost put this up as my number one because I love it, but it's Malone again. He says,
He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. And that's how you get Capone.
Yeah, that's my number one.
okay, yeah, I thought you might. Very good. So
And my
what's your
number
two?
two is another Malone.
Mm-hmm.
When he's advising Ness on how to pick recruits.
Yeah.
Well, if you're afraid of getting a rotten apple, don't go to the barrel. Get it off the tree.
Oh yeah, that's a good line. Yeah. No, I didn't have that one, but my number one, just because of how powerful it is, and it's another line that's repeated various times. And I picked the time when Connery is dying on the ground saying it, but when he says,
What are you prepared
to Ness, I love
Yeah, he
that.
said that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, even with the number two. No, wait, even with, yeah, even with the number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they pull a knife, you pull a knife.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after that, he says something like, now you took a blood oath. What do you want to do?
Right, right.
You know, he said it
Yeah,
there.
he's very repetitive in this movie. Like there's another part where he's having the fight with the dirty cop, and he says something about sending him to the morgue. He likes to say the morgue a lot.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Exactly. Yeah. So okay, so number one obviously is gonna be the they pull a knife thing because it was your one and my two. And then number two would have to be the what are you prepared to do? It's all gonna be Connery all the way almost. Um so then your two will be three, which is if you're afraid. What was that one again about the apple?
Oh, it was if you're afraid of getting a rotten apple, don't
Yes.
go to the barrel because otherwise it'd be more rotten arrow.
Right.
Get it off the tree
Yes.
before they become rotten.
Yes. Okay. So then it's oh, your three and my four, which is the here endeth the lesson thing. So it's literally almost all Connery, but my three will end up being five, which is the De Niro, I want him dead. So I'm glad that got in there.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Great list. Okay. I don't think I had really any honorable mentions we already kind of mentioned them, but
Yeah, I mean, I had De Niro mostly as my honorable mentions.
right.
Yeah, another one was people are gonna drink. You know that. I know that. We all know that. And all I do is act on that. And all this talk of bootlegging, what is bootlegging? On a boat, it's bootlegging. On Lakeshore Drive, it's hospitality. I'm a businessman.
That's great. Yeah.
And
Hey, and you
then,
had a point there too.
and then another quick Connery one. Isn't that like a wop? He brings a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one too. Right before he gets nailed with the machine gun.
Right. Then another one, a De Niro one. I'm going to tell you something. Somebody messes with me, I'm going to mess with him. Somebody steals from me, I'm going to say you stole. Not talk to him for spitting up on the sidewalk. Understand? Now I have time. Now I've done nothing to harm these people, but they are angered me. So what do they do? Doctor up some income tax for which they have no case. To speak to me like me, no. To harass a peaceful man. I pray to God if I ever had a grievance, I'd have a little more self-respect. one more thing. You have an all-out prize fight. You wait until the fight is over. One guy is left standing, and that's how you know who won.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of great lines. And I mean, this is definitely. Oh, we've done two De Palma films nearly back to back now because we did Scarface 2 episodes ago, and then two De Niro's in a row with Taxi Driver and Untouchables. So yeah, we're building up the repertoire here. But so for the letter V, oh wait, before we do that, here are the official top 5 Untouchables quotes according to 3 and 4 right now.
I want you to get this fuck where he breathes. I want you to find this Nancy boy, Elliot Ness. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to piss on his ashes.
Well then, you just fulfilled the first rule of law enforcement. Make sure when your shift is over, you go home alive. Here endeth the lesson.
Well, if you're afraid of getting a rotten apple, don't go to the barrel. Get it off the tree.
What are you prepared to do?
He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. And that's how you get Capone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now the letter V, we decided since we already did Vacation and there's not that many other quotable movies that start with V, and we're taking liberty on this.
Oh, Liberty.
Well, kind of.
We've done it with other movies.
Yes, well,
We've done it with Star Wars movies.
uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Well, that's true. Yeah. All right. So we're doing The Voyage Home, otherwise known as Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, a movie that doesn't get discussed enough. So, and definitely quotable.
Yes.
Because probably the most comedic of the original Star Trek series, I would say.
The movies, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, that should be fun. So that'll be our first video of 2024. And then from there we'll see how many more letters we squeeze into this season. But yeah, everybody have a happy new year, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, love you.
Love you.
Bye.